Wait, no. You're mixing cracker with orange juice.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm digging this.
What? You like this? Nephew Canoe, just delete your channel. You need to be arrested. Hiya. Uncle Roger spent too much money going to my nephew Nigel wedding in middle of nowhere Europe. Hiya. And don't worry, we're gonna roast video of that wedding soon. But Uncle Roger's so broke now. So today we're gonna review my favorite depressed nephew, FutureCanoe, making struggle meal.
I divided the recipes up into 4 categories: rice, instant foods, pizza, and murder attempts.
Murder attempt? Just go watch Jamie Oliver channel.
These are recipes that seem so weird that I can't really tell if it will change my life for the better or you're just trying to kill me.
Okay, we start with pizza.
First recipe is called mug pizza from Teen Artist.
Hiya, Nephew Canoe, why your merch got mold on there? Does it come like that out the box? And this recipe from Teen Artist. That's the 2 worst things in the world, teenager and artist. They worse than mold.
4 tablespoons of flour, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/16 teaspoon of baking soda. Who measures like that?
16 teaspoons, what is that microscopic measurement?
Wet ingredients, which is just
milk
that I got for myself and some olive oil.
Milk and olive oil together, no!
Whatever we like. Obviously, we're gonna go with a lot of never-ending raclette. Finally, we'll just throw it into the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Do you think my microwave's clean?
I mean, I know you depressed, Nephew Canoe, so for depressed people, that's pretty clean.
Do you think my microwave's clean? Here it is, the mug pizza.
What the hell is that? Why mug pizza? Why it look like brain tumor? Brain tumor in a cup. This is the fastest Uncle Roger put my leg down from chair. Hiya. Is this whole video gonna be like this? Or is it gonna get worse from here?
Better than it looks, but let's
And he eating pizza with fork.
Tastes kind of like an overly moist biscuit or a really savory cake. The cheese definitely saves the day. As a struggle meal, it's a solid 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 for that?
It's a little unstable, so we're gonna stack them up. And our first step is to put them in the oven to get crispy. And to make it more authentic, we'll top it off with tomato puree.
Okay, at least now it look like pizza.
Just like how Ashley White's Nonna used to do it. And then back into the 400-degree oven for about 8 minutes. My annoying roommate...
Blowtorch for what? Hiya, you making struggle meal? Who out there struggling but have blowtorch? I think this recipe for unemployed plumber only.
TV, so there's a lot of background noises. But trust me, this thing is really crunchy.
It really look like pizza, you know?
Those flatbread pizza they sell at Domino's. Just tastes like a low-end frozen pizza.
Yeah, not bad for struggle meal.
On a struggle meal scale, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Kimchi quesadilla.
Another half wheel of raclette. I noticed
more
something
cheese
happened.
Mold on there.
Raclette's already fermented and covered in mold, so more shouldn't hurt, right? We'll just cut it off and use it for this recipe. And whatever happens to me after the video, I'll keep you guys updated. If I stop posting for a while, you wouldn't be surprised.
No, don't eat the moldy cheese. Hiya. And you wonder why you depressed, Nephew Canoe. Uncle Roger would be depressed too. You eat so much mold even when you're so moldy.
If they're in the same bowl, the universe will explode. We'll put another tortilla on top and sear both sides on medium-low heat for 3 minutes.
Ugh, this don't look good.
This is the best.
Oh, yeah. So far. Classic Jamie. Uncle Roger almost forgot Jamie said that before. Thanks for reminding. Woo! Yeah!
I have high hopes for it.
This less like pizza, more like... Wait, why you cut pizza like that? Are you serial killer or something? What is this glory hole cutting technique?
Let's give it a taste. The acidity from the kimchi and the fattiness of the cheese has a nice contrast going on. My only complaint is the lack of protein, but you know, it's a struggle meal. It tastes amazing, but it's not that easy to make, so I'll give it an 8.5. Moving on to the instant food segment.
Ramen burrito. Uncle Roger like ramen, Uncle Roger like burrito. Combine them together.
So we're gonna put them together and make it into a burrito. Look Egg also asked for cheddar cheese and dry parsley. I'm gonna skip those.
What?
I'm gonna skip those.
People sending you recipe and then you just disobey it? Then why bother asking people for recipe in first place?
Just microwave some Taco Bell refried beans, cut up some pepper, and pretty much all of the flavor in this burrito come from my favorite ramen, Indomie.
Indomie for you!
A layer of beans, pepper, and noodles. Roll it up. I've been seeing a lot of comments lately accusing me of being obsessed with cross sections. My response to that is, you're right, and this one is looking pretty good.
Ugh, don't squeeze like that. It's like worm coming out of burrito. Uncle Roger think the instant ramen good enough. Don't need to complicate this with burrito.
Beans gets kind of creamy intertwined between the noodles. Creates a pretty interesting texture, and the pepper has the freshness that I desperately needed. But I'd rather eat indomie on its own, so I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. This one scares me a little bit. Our boy Amir calls this soy oats. You're right,
soy oat.
Exactly like what...
Ooh, Uncle Roger see oat, I'm not happy already. That's like animal food. Always remember, oat is food for goat.
What it is. It starts off normal. To some oats, we'll add some water.
Water, okay.
It's weird. Amir wants me to put broth powder and some sunny side up eggs.
Broth and egg.
Sunny side up eggs, he added he trusts me. That's a reference to my streak of not being able to cook a single egg properly. I'm sorry to tell you, Amir, you underestimated my laziness because I'm about to replace both the broth powder and eggs with miso paste.
Miso, no, miso and oat.
So I think it'll do. Finally, some soy sauce.
And soy sauce in oat.
We're done. Here's what I call the healthy lunch for...
Miso and soy sauce. I think it's better if you make rice instead of oat.
Here's what I call the healthy lunch for a Japanese horse.
Japanese horse. Honestly, I mean, food in Japan so good. I think Japanese horse food better than some British human food.
First entered my mouth, I kind of wanted to spit it out, but the more I chew it, the more I realize it's really flavorful, and maybe oats is supposed to be savory. It reminds me of one of those Chinese porridge thing that they serve at Cantonese.
Yeah, just make congee. Just make congee.
The second bite. 7.5.
Rice cheaper than oat. Just make congee if you're struggling. Uncle Roger like congee as struggle meal because it's flexible. If you're richer, use more rice in congee. If you're poorer, just whack more water in there. Fill yourself up with that.
Better than I expected, but I'm not going to take a second bite. 7.5 out of 10. This one is said to be a traditional family recipe called the milk soup.
Milk soup, that's your traditional family recipe. Milk and soup, that's just too liquid. That's your family dinner.
Some sugar, and I don't know what these noodles are, so I'll go with the ramen noodles.
Wait, vermicelli you also don't know? What the hell, Uncle Roger need to take your Asian cut away, Nephew Canoe. Vermicelli, every Asian should know, it's that thin white rice noodle.
Once the noodles are cooked, it's ready to consume. It's just hot milk and sugar and instant noodles with
no.
And I'm gonna taste
milky sweet instant noodle. Hiya, no. Wait, so this just instant noodle in milk? This whole category of instant food useless. Because the best instant food is just making the instant noodle packet. Nothing can improve that. Instant noodle already the perfect struggle meal. It's cheap and delicious. So much MSG in there. You wasting milk to make this. All the cow gonna be pissed off. You're stealing the baby food to make this shit.
This is an important category.
Finally, rice, my favorite section.
Because I just learned that 20% of all calories consumed by human beings on Earth is in the form of rice.
Only 20%? That too low, hiya. Through my video, Uncle Roger hope I can get that number up to more like 50%. And the other 50% should be MSG.
That means 1 in every 5 calories. No wonder why egg fried rice can become its own niche on YouTube. Our first recipe is from bechamel sauce. Is this short for bechamel sauce? He calls it vomit rice.
Vomit rice? Hiya. If you're coming up with new dish, don't put word like vomit in there. That's like naming your strip club herpes.
Yum. Starting with dried seaweed, I'm gonna cut up some of these
seaweed
nori into a pot, then some instant noodle seasoning.
Okay, at least that got good flavor.
Water.
Water, okay.
Top of the pot. Put it on the stove to simmer and stream in an egg. Kind of similar to the technique from egg drop soup. The smell of the seaweed and egg combined is really coming through, like a polluted beach with sulfur. After 30 seconds of stirring, we'll add the rice. Let it sit for 45 seconds before pouring it out. Not gonna lie, bechamel sauce nailed it with the name. The only difference between this and vomit is the reflective acidity. Let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10.
Did you name it vomit because it looked like vomit? Or because it's gonna make you vomit?
Tastes like the combination of a seaweed miso soup and porridge. So things I don't enjoy. But the ramen seasoning packet really saved it.
I think all those seasoning kind of go together. It just looked terrible. But Uncle Roger think this might taste good.
7.2 out of 10. The next rice recipe also has a great name. Anna calls it the thick risotto. I can already feel Italian hands coming on my face just by deciding to make this dish. All we need to do is combine cooked rice, cream cheese, mozzarella, she meant never-ending raclette, oregano, and ketchup. We'll mix everything together and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Honestly, I think the name of the previous dish is more fitting here. Maybe I should post this on Instagram.
Why don't you call this vomit risotto?
It seems really thick and sounds like a good mac and cheese.
How can you make all this disgusting food and still sound so monotonous? You don't have any bit of anger or disappointment or shame?
I need cheese pulls going on here. It does have the consistency of risotto, but the overall flavors reminds me of Wegmans sushi rolls. I'm a fan of cheesy rice, so I'll give it an 8.6 out of 10. I know it doesn't look good,
8.6 for that shit.
Now to the land of diabolical ideas. Murder attempts.
What murder attempt? Now we do murder attempt as if all the previous recipe, those not murder attempt? Ugh. When Uncle Roger thinks struggle meal like food for broke people, I just think, oh, just make fried rice but put egg instead of shrimp. I didn't know it's gonna be this horrifying. Milo rice for you. Okay, Uncle Roger loved Milo. I grew up drinking this. Milo is like Asian hot chocolate. And see, every Milo can, there are always some people doing spot on there. But all the people who like drinking Milo, they all fat. Milo is like reverse Ozempic.
Classic, the Milo over rice. I have no idea what Milo is. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Ovaltine because it's British and Milo is Canadian. Considering Maltesers are my favorite candy, I'm sure this wouldn't be that bad. We just put a couple scoops of Milo powder on top of cooked rice.
That's not how you drink Milo. What the point? If you're struggling, just eat the rice first, then drink Milo separately. Hiya, why are you trying to mix the two together? They're like dessert and main course in same bowl. Uncle Roger wish I never clicked on this video. Is he gonna be the next Cooking with K?
Well, it's definitely not bad, but it's not good either. I'll give it a neutral score of 4 out of 10. I feel like I just wasted my jaw energy.
Bengali pudding. Nephew Nigel, wife niece Sabrina, she Bengali. Maybe this the food of her people.
To make the first one, which starts with an egg in a mug. Seems to be a theme of this episode. A little bit of sugar.
Poor people cannot afford plate or bowl, but can afford mug. What is logic?
2 teaspoons of powdered milk.
Milo again?
Is Milo milk? Mix it all together and put it in the microwave for a minute. When it's done, I'm a little
What
bit
is this shit? Hiya, this is not Bengali pudding. This 2 girl 1 cup pudding, no.
So jiggly. Doesn't feel like something you should be putting into your mouth, but it's basically a sweetened egg with a little bit of coagulated egg white on top.
That sigh say it all. Nephew Canoe, sometimes life is not just about YouTube view, okay? I know this kind of video, maybe it get a lot of view. Holy shit, it really do. But at what price? Every video I see you do, you self-harm. Last video you touch hot oil with finger. This video you drinking this unknown brown substance. This actually some old Chinese torture technique. See?
Last but not least,
was that worth it?
Most straightforward instruction ever. Takis dipped in Nutella. Somehow
Nutella and Taki. Uncle Roger never have Taki before, but this kind of snack very familiar. And Nutella everybody like, so good. Hopefully we end on good note.
It ends with a bag of Takis. But as a wise man once said,
I would like to Taki to you on the phone.
For such simple instructions, let's get straight into the trying it and rating it 1 through 10. While my body is confused, but my mind is pleased. The Nutella kind of masks the pungent flavors from the Taki seasonings and mellows it out with the creaminess.
Okay,
Combined
good.
It makes the Taki smoother and
but Nutella and Taki, they not that cheap.
It's kind of life.
This not really struggle meal.
Anyways, it's always great to test out your recipes. Makes me realize everybody's so creative. I apologize that I couldn't review everybody's submissions. We'll do more of these videos in the future. These creative struggle meals aren't just about saving money or struggling. I see them as all of your innate ability to make the best of a bad situation or find joy within the harshness of life. The way Nephew Canoe say the word joy. find joy.
That's the most depressed sounding joy Uncle Roger ever hear. I hope this nephew never ever get work at suicide hotline. He sounds so depressed, he make me feel like death is sweet release.
As I said it before, remember, the most important part of a struggle meal is to eat it with a heart full of hope.
No, most important part of struggle meal is to make sure you have enough toilet paper for the diarrhea tomorrow. Hiya.